Well, welcome. I want to thank everyone for coming. It is really exciting to see a room quite this full. I always have visions in the back of my head of preparing a talk and then like the room's empty. So this is delightful. How to build a software, because we all want to know that, right? A development and collaboration workflow to minimize context switching with cute baby pictures. For those of you who know Aaron Bassett, you will recognize quickly, I am not him. I am not a Scottish man now living in Florida. I'm an Orthodox Jewish man living in Cleveland. My name is Leon Adato, and I've been working in IT for about 33 years, with about 20 of them focused on monitoring and observability systems. I apologize for the last minute switch, but we have a really good reason. Aaron and his wife Lauren had been working on their latest development project, which was pushed to production a few weeks ago. I promised you cute baby pictures. There we go. Please welcome Bo Lee Bassett. I just want to, say hello. And let's see here. Nope, not that. There. So Bo Lee will be with us for at least part of this session. Now, with that happening, it was actually a really good opportunity to drink our own champagne at New Relic with regard to Codestream. You see, literally nobody's listening to me right now, right? Like you all, I could do subliminal marketing and you would you'd just eat it up. That link works, by the way, just in case you want to. So the idea is that Aaron is the consummate lead developer. He is experienced, he's got tons of knowledge, he's really good at coding, and he's really excited to share that knowledge with everybody. And in this case, I'm sort of the everybody. I have been in IT for a long time, but I haven't spent a lot of time hands on the keyboard coding. So I'm more of the junior developer to his lead. And that's one of the best use cases for Codestream. It allows everybody to keep working and keep focused and moving forward. So that's it. I needed to give a mental palate cleanser so you didn't overload on the cute. So that's it. Those are all my slides. So I want to spend most of my time showing rather than just talking about things. So we're just going to dive right into it. I need to switch out the screen to mirror my display. Let's hope this works. Please, Ubuntu gods. Yes, okay, we are mirroring our screens. Keep those changes, shrink that, there's my notes. Okay, so we start off with a relatively rough task manager program that we're working on. It needs a lot of work, and that's okay. But it's not really a deep or really revelatory observation for me to say that the single worst thing you can do to developers is make them get out of their IDE, right? I mean, if you want to really ruin their week, just send them to a lot of meetings. That's all you need to do. The trouble is that aside from the stuff that we all hate, the quarterly sales meeting and the drive-bys to your cubicle to talk about the last episode of this, or the water cooler conversations about who wore it best at the Grammys, or whatever it is, like those are all sort of incidental things. But there's a lot of things that pull us out of our IDE that have to do with the code. We have to talk about why we're doing something or how we're going to approach it. Or if you're a junior, you probably need more guidance and hand-holding and just insight on how to do things, and those are things that happen outside of the actual hands on the keyboard work. So what Codestream does is it tries to keep us in there as much as possible. And I want to give you an example of that. So here we have this task manager application. We've got let's see here, there we go. We've got a 500 error page, which Aaron coded up, and it looks cute, and it's got some nice graphics and cats and things like that. But the 404 page is not so wonderful. So the first thing he asked me to do is to work on this. And the way that he did that was he assigned me an issue. So here we are. Ta-da! Okay, we're in VS Code, but I'm going to pull up the Codestream module. Give it a second to load up here. And I can see that there's a couple of issues down here. I'm going to talk about all the different panels, but I see that there's issues here. Yes? The question is, can I? There we are. All right. Wait for me to start coding. This is going to be exciting with that side of the screen. We'll make it work. Okay, so I can see that he's assigned me 2 issues. There's some intermittent 500 errors I'm not going to get to today, and then the missing styles on the 400 error page. So here, is the issue. And in fact, I can just branch it right here. Ta-da! And I can move over to that branch. Let's see where'd it go. Oh, wait, maybe I didn't branch it. Yeah, okay. Switch branch, start to work. Oh, there, I am there, okay. I don't know if you're familiar with VS Code, but in the lower left corner there, it is tiny and I can't bigify that part. It tells me what branch I'm in. So it tells me that I'm in the branch, let's see here, not that one. Here, missing styles in the 404 error page. So that's the branch I'm in right now. And now I can actually go to the 404 page, and there it is, okay? And he wants me to add some specific things. I am not going to make you watch me type. That would be rude. I have pre-typed it. I am such a good dev. Watch this. I'm a god! I fixed it. So now when I go back here to the 404 page, it's fixed. Yay, okay? I tested it. Back in Codestream, if only, right? If only it was this easy. I go back into Codestream, and I have to do some Git stuff here. This is not magic Codestream stuff. This is just regular VS Code that you can open up a terminal. And let's see here, we want to do a git add. Yes, I have it written here. I am not cheating. There, and there we go, and let's see. Oh, there we go. It put me there. I forgot it was going to do that. Get rid of that part. And I can do a submit. I want to point out that that VS Code specifically, and also Codestream, is connected to whatever your collaboration tool is. So I've hooked this up to Slack in the new Relic channel and the Pycon demo channel there. And it may take a minute, but not that. There we go. So there's the push that I just did showing up in the Slack channel, and also it happened. So I'm able to get that work done, and I can also, from within here, this is the next pane, I can do a pull request. So it's looking at, the base that I'm working off of is here, the branch that I'm on is here. Your commit messages probably look a lot similar to mine, right? There's the PR. And there it is. If I close this out, it'll take a second to show up. Oh, there we are. Okay, so far so good. I can make changes and stuff like that. Now here's the thing. Let me just clean this up a little bit. This is not a particularly new Relic-y story. I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but there are lots of tools that will integrate with your IDE and will let you talk on Slack and will let you do all sorts of cool code things and integrate into GitHub and things like that. That's not the new Relic story. The new Relic thing addresses the issue that we as developers struggle with and really want to know, which is, I'm working on something, am I making more problems than I'm fixing? Did I actually fix the problem at all? Like, I wrote a bunch of code, I pushed it out to production, it's running, it didn't blow up, but did I fix anything? How do I know? Especially when the problems are less noticeable than the whole thing is crashed or the feature isn't working. When it's a performance issue, is the performance getting better? Have I introduced 3 more problems along with the thing I fixed? Am I working on the most important problem at all? Those are the things that we want to know as developers, and those are the things that Codestream specifically is helping you out with. So if you look down in this observability tab, and I don't know why it's saying no errors, but there might not be a whole lot. So let me talk about some of the errors that are happening here, because I have to make them happen anyway. Here we have a task thing. We can make tasks. We'll make a new one. Tasky, make task face. Okay, yay. Like that's how it works. But you notice I have 2 tasks with the same name. This shouldn't be a problem. This is a problem. This is a problem because somebody, guilty, coded it really, really badly. I can't get to either one of them now. And it's true, I can't actually even get rid of them. Like, I have no idea how this works. So there are some problems there. And there we go. I can see that. Let me shrinky that. I'm going to shrink that too, just to give some more room. So I can see that these errors in the Pycon demo are all coming up. I don't have to leave my IDE to see that there are some errors occurring here and to begin to work on them. I can actually click on this my task list modals, and it will immediately pop me straight into, I'm going to close the terminal, sorry guys. It's going to pop me straight over there. I can see the entire trace of what's going on and begin to open up files until I find the problem. Now, the trouble for you all is the context of what's really going wrong doesn't make a whole lot of sense just from here. So I want to show you the other side of it. If you look at New Relic, here I am in my Pycon demo screen, and I have some usage metrics and stuff like that, and I have an error rate and things like that. So I can see the performance right from here. And this is typically, as developers, where we end up landing when we get a ticket from the support desk, right? They say that the user's having a problem, blah, blah, blah. Look at this screen. It's all red. Oh, my gosh. The sky is falling. What do I do? And they'll drop you into something like this. There is, however, an errors inbox that tells you the services or processes or main code bits that are having an issue. That's where we are. And once again, my task list modals shows up here too. That's the same thing we looked at over there, but it makes more sense here. This is an error, and I can see it in my monitoring and observability tool. And if I click on this, it pops up, and it, again, shows me the entire trace of what it was doing line by line until it got to the error. Not only that, though, because I get that happy button. Take me back home. Take me to my happy place. Okay, yeah, XDG, whatever. Okay, and again, it just drops me straight in here. This is the same place we were a minute ago. I could have gotten here by going to the observability window, and I did, because it made sense in my head. I already knew the New Relic 1 web pagey thing, and I could just go straight here. So again, as developers, the thing that ruins our day is getting out of the IDE. The thing that Codestream does is it keeps you in your IDE to see the problems and to see what's going on and to be able to work on it. So let's go ahead and work on it. I'm going to close this base. I'm going to, whoops. Let's click that again. I want to get to the trace. And really, I'm going to pick the last thing. I'm going to work my way backward. What's going on with this views thing? I'm going to shrink this side. And what I see when I click views, let me try that again. Oh, normally it highlights this. This is a problem. This is my problem, is that I'm pulling open each of those tasks using the title. So now we have an issue. The trouble is, I'm a junior. I am not nearly good enough to know what the heck I'm supposed to do about, do I change it to ID? Maybe. Am I going to bork 6 more things? Probably. I'm a junior. Of course it is. So what are we going to do? So I'm not sure what to do about this. So instead, I'm going to ask for a little bit of help. Here's how I'm going to do it. When I highlight that line, I get a few different things I can do here. I'm just going to grab a link. Copy the link. Yay, it's copied. And now I'm going to ask for some feedback. So, and I can pop the link into the feedback request. And I can also tag people that I think might be able to help. All right? Once again, it's going to share itself on Slack and all that other stuff. So I can submit this request. And Aaron, because he's tagged, and the rest of the team, if they care to look, are all going to see this, and they'll be able to click on it and see, you know, what the heck is going on with Leon right now? What's his issue today? But there's a little bit more than that. So I happen to know a little bit about the code, and I happen to know that the modals file has some interesting things going on with it. And I can see that, yeah, right there. It's pulling the title. Maybe, just maybe, this will fix a problem and won't make it hurt quite, and won't hurt much in the process. Maybe. I'm going to take a risk. There we go. Save it. I'm going to do the same thing. Highlight it and go back to Codestream. Grab a link. I'm going to open up a feedback request. The other thing I want to point out is that right from, oh, actually, hang on a second. Let me just save this one. Submit. OK. When Aaron opens up this link, he can click on modals, and he can see a side-by-side of what it was and what it is now. So again, we're all in the IDE. For those of you who are lead devs, it means that you can interact with the rest of the team without having to leave the code that you're doing. You can switch branches. You can switch to, when Aaron clicks on this issue, he's no longer working on his code stuff. He's over here, but he hasn't lost all that stuff that he's working on. He can remain in, again, the happy place. So he can see all that, and then he can begin to work on it. Let's see, what am I supposed to do next? It's pretty cool so far, but what else? Oh, I remember. Let me shrink this some more. Anybody see anything particularly bizarre here? Like, what kind of status takes a smiley face or a frowny face? Like, what is that? And more than that, I really, really want to understand what true-ish. True-ish? This is actually a Python module. Like, there's really a thing called true-ish. I never, ever want to encounter it in my real life, never. So I really have a problem with this. This isn't, I could open a feedback request, but there is no feedback. There's just, I have a comment, which is, now, why did it tag Aaron? Because Aaron was the last person to touch this part of the code, and Codestream knows that. So, yes? Yes, because this is completely integrated into GitHub. So it's looking at all of the commits and everything and who's doing it and who has permissions. And so it remembers all of it sees the entire code base and the entire team and everyone who's working on it. So sorry, and for those who didn't hear the question, once everything's merged, will it still remember who did what? And the short answer is yes. So I have this thing. Yes?
Does the comment leak on Codestream extension only? Or is it like in a forum and it's referenced from here?
So it's going to appear in GitHub. It's going to show, these comments are going to show up. It's going to show up here, obviously, in CodeStream. It's going to show up in Slack. So this is part, again, this is part of the actual base of information. If you went into just regular the GitHub repo, you would see these comments.
As a comment on the pull request, right?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. So here we go. Submit the comment. So now we have these comments. We have, let's see, does that show up in issues? No, it doesn't show up there. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. So the comment shows up, at least in CodeStream, the comment shows up here within the code. But again, Aaron's going to get a message that says, hey, Leon's talking bad about you. Yes, sir.
Do you have choices of IDEs?
Yes, yeah. Sorry, it went by really quickly. Open link in CodeStream, and there's a partial list of IDEs. Which one are you looking for? Sublime. Is that one in there? You picked my favorite too. So I don't see it, but if you check with me after, we'll double check and make sure that it works, because yeah, I'd like to know that too. Okay. Back here. Okay, so we looked at the odd code. Back to the point about keeping us all productive by staying in the IDE. So we've got, I do have a pull request that Aaron is waiting for me to do. Let me just save what I'm doing. He wanted me, and this is the other side, right? We already saw me put in a pull request. This is the other side. I'm grabbing it. So here I am, quick status update to update the dropdown. I can go ahead and branch it. But what exactly is he talking about? Well, there's 3 files he wants me to change. There's the task detail, the views, and the base HTML. Those are the 3 things that he wants me to change. I'm just going to, for today, here, for the sake of time. This shows me, by clicking on the line, it shows me side by side what's changed so far. But that's not the stuff that he wants me to change. What he wants me actually to change is this button. He wants me to get rid of it. So literally, I can just go in here. Once again, I'm a coding deity. I delete with the best of them. Save it, and at that point I can, let's see here. There we go. And go on with work, the way that we normally would. Let's see here. So far, all of our work has been asynchronous. I've seen something, I've been making snarky comments at Aaron. Aaron has been ignoring my snarky comments because that's how lead devs become lead devs, is by ignoring the juniors whenever possible, and all that stuff. So that's it. But what if we want to collaborate a little bit? So hopefully Aaron is awake, because he takes the night shift in terms of feedings. Let's see. You can tell that just nagging Aaron is one of the things I do most and best. And live share. We're going to see if this works. We're going to see if he's there. That sends an email, but that I don't trust. He's on family leave. He is not checking work email. No, he's not. Let's see here. Start or join an audio call. Connecting audio. Let me. There we go. Copy the link. So he's awake. Let's see if this works. This is not, by the way, part of Codestream. This is just, this is another module called Live Share. So if it doesn't work, it's not us. But we're going to see if it works. Doo-doo-doo. Any luck? This is the Neil. Oh, he joined. Hopefully. Let's see here. This is the seance portion of the demonstration. Aaron, are you with us? No? No? Oh, come on, man. Don't leave me hanging. Nope. He's joined it. So how was the session with New Relic? Well, we sat around a lot. I am not sure this is going to work. We tried it a few times in rehearsal, but no. We are sharing, we are up, we are supposedly good. I got my volume up. Oh, is it coming through the HDMI? Oh, God. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, well, we're not on Windows.
Oh, yeah, no, you're on. Never mind.
Speaker, let's see. That's the output device. Digital microphone is there. Aaron, are you there now, maybe?
Front, right.
Okay, so it's coming out of my speakers, so that's good. Let's see. This may not. I am not seeing an audio option. Call me in Slack. Okay, we'll call in Slack. Bottom left, thank you. I have not presented anything for 2 years like the rest of us, and so the nerves are insane.
Hello.
Hey there! Okay. We're getting applause. Okay, first of all, everyone loves Bo.
Live tech demo that's using so many different things. But yeah, we were hoping to get this done, but VS Code Live Share has an additional extension that has audio now, but I think it may be a little bit cutting edge. But yeah, a Slack huddle is just fine too.
Yeah. Okay, so what I want to do is, so also I just want to let you know, everyone loves Bo. Like, they love him a lot. It's definitely the best part of this demo so far, honestly. All right, so we're here in VS Code, and we wanted to work together because I'm lame. So what should we be working on first? Where do you want to be? Oh, there you are. So I'm following you. We're in the task detail HTML page. Where should we go?
Yeah, so, well, I've just opened up the views here. I had a look at that exception that we were seeing. The the one where it's complaining that it's getting multiple results back. So I'm going to guess it's going to be in, yeah, here it is here. So we have this query set.get, and in Django, a get like that is going to require that I return 0 or 1 results. Anything other than that, so if it's not a unique item, it's going to, like, it's got 2 results, 3 results, etc. It's going to raise that multiple items returned exception. So I saw your comment as well, asking if we should add a unique here. I'm going to suggest we don't do this, that we take this unique true out, just because we don't want people to have like unique titles for things. And looking at what we're actually doing in this like absolute URL here, we've got this URL safe title, and we're base64 encoding it. Like, I know that's going to make it so that we're not going to have any characters in the URL, they're not allowed. But we're not even converting it to a slug or anything that would mean it was useful. At the minute our URLs are still going to look like kind of random IDs. They're not random, they're base64 encoded strings, but there's not going to be like the user's going to be able to look at the URL and go, oh, that's my buy milk task.
Right.
It's going to be a base64 encoded string.
Right.
So this is really not very helpful, and making this unique equals true is not going to help with that. What I would suggest is that we do have this ID here, and I know this library, this hash field library, it just converts your primary key from an integer to a string, but it is also a URL safe string. So it's not going to contain any special characters that you can't have in a URL. So there's no going to be like hash symbols. There's not going to be like any exclamation marks. It's just going to be your basic alphanumeric set. So we could use this instead. But there is a couple other URLs, and let's go look at our urls.py, for our update delete. Oh, they're already using it. So this makes perfect sense then. There's no reason why our detail view should be using the base64 encoded title, and our update and delete is using this primary key. So what I would suggest is that we update the detail view, to also use the primary key string. We can just probably drop that in here. So it's going to be like that instead. And then we update our model. So our get absolute URL, instead of having this, now it's going to have like primary key, and that's just going to be ID. We're no longer using this URL safe title, so that can probably just go away. And where else do we have? We had in our view then, here we've got this query set get title equals title, and we can change that now to ID equals primary key. We can get rid of this.
I love watching him do my work.
Yeah, PK equals, all this decoding and everything else that's going on now, because it's going to be a string, so that should be fine. PK, but we probably don't even need to do this, to be honest. I think the get object by itself, if it sees that PK in there, may query and find it for us. That might be something that's worth checking. Just add a comment here. Well, you're going to add the comments, right? I forgot this stuff. You're running this one. But yeah, add a comment in there, or like put it into the issue saying like to double check on that, because I think the get object, that's what it automatically does, is looks for either ID or PK as a argument in the URL, and it does a lookup there. So we might not need this method at all, but I would double check that first. And yeah, that looks to be, I would be happy with that if you're happy that's the solution instead of doing that unique equals true.
Perfect. That sounds great. All right.
All right. I'm going to leave you to tidy that up and finish up with things on the workshop. Hope everybody's enjoying it. I will. Do you want me to hang out in this chat, or do you want to just?
I think I'm going to hang up here just to because I don't trust the conference bandwidth. but we will leave you because I know sleep deprivation and unexpected code dumps from Bo may be occurring. So just get some rest, and we will see you at the next conference.
Awesome. Okay, enjoy everybody, and I am so sorry I'm not there. I miss you all so very, very much, and I will see you next year. Okay,
thanks a lot. Okay, so some of this was just the miracle of, again, live share and being able to do that, which is not a New Relic story. But between the ability to track all this and know what's going on within Codestream, again, with the feedback, with the comments, with everything, it makes jumping onto that sort of paired session, even if it is somebody coming into the cubicle, but preferably not. It makes it easier for Aaron to have had all the context of what I needed and for him to remain in. The other thing is that with the live share, this was still happening on my machine. So all these commits, all these changes, all the testing that I now need to go through because he deleted a crap ton of stuff and I don't know that it's really going to work. So all that testing is still happening here. He wasn't leaving his code base or having to retry something and then say, all right, just copy all these lines or go ahead and do another poll or all the normal kind of stuff of synchronization. None of that had to happen either. It was all happening over here. But again, that was another cool VS Code module. The piece that matters is that he already had the context to be able to jump in there and immediately get to work without having to look through everything I'd done or any of that stuff. And again, at the heart of it, because this is a New Relic workshop, is the fact that we will know as things get pushed to production what the effect is having. Come on, Leon. Fingers. There we go. We will continue to know whether what we're doing is having a positive or a negative effect on the overall application. I can see that things have been relatively quiet. Okay, it's a task manager app and it's running on my machine, and of course it's quiet because I haven't done anything in it, but okay, fine. Just pretend with me. I can see that there are no errors, or I would be able to see there are no errors. I'd be able to see, again, in errors inbox, that there are no additional errors. Nothing else is starting to squawk or complain along the way. And I can see that here, or I could see it straight within the Codestream extension. So that is everything that I wanted to show you today. I am ready for your questions. Yes, sir?
So you talked about how Codestream basically doesn't let you cut out the code base, right? I was wondering, is there a way to see, like, let's say, the performance impact of your recent changes or things like that?
So that is, again, that's a New Relic question. So I appreciate it, and you will see an extra in your pay packet about that. So what you're looking at here is just general New Relic monitoring and information. Let me I can't shrink that side. So what I'm looking at here is the number of web transactions, the throughput, the top transactions. I can also, let me see, is there any distributed tracing? Yeah, I can see some tracing. This is a very limited application, so I'm not getting a lot of data off of things. But the New Relic piece, which is integrated, is what shows you the performance of everything from your routers and switches to your servers, whether they are virtual or not, whether they are containers or service or serverless, and all the way up or down, depending on which direction you're looking, your stack, all the way up or down your stack to see how everything is performing. So that's going to show you how things are happening. Along with that, you can configure alerts to let you know when certain thresholds have been breached. And finally, unlike a lowercase m monitoring tool with the observability, it's using algorithms to look for those unknown unknowns. It's surfacing what they call the 4 golden signals, to say, look, this combination of things we haven't seen very often, you might want to go check that out. So it's bringing all of those to your attention along the way. Now that's not a Codestream thing, but I really enjoy talking about it because it's just a regular New Relic thing. I'm just going to pitch for a second. If you want to try out New Relic, a really cool part is that you get 100 gigs per month for free forever. And you can try it with whatever it is that you're doing. and and instrument up everything that you have. And if you exceed 100 gig, it stops monitoring. It doesn't start charging. It never asks for your credit card. So you can just play around with it until either you max it out or you just keep playing with it. So that's a thing. Yes, sir. And then.
If you mentioned this before, but is Codestream a new Relic product?
Yes. Yeah, it was a recent acquisition, and I don't remember the name. What the artist formerly known as Codestream. I don't remember its old name, but it was acquired, I think, a year and a half ago, and fully integrated into the base. Yeah.
I have one Codestream question.
Sure.
So you created a branch and then created this pull request you ask for feedback. And let's say it was posted to Slack, and I'm the guy you requested feedback for, and I'm on another branch and working on something, and I click this. Will it try to check out your branch on my machine, or?
If I've done all my good things, which I didn't do here today, if I do the checkout and the pull request and everything and all that, then yes, you should be able to get to all of it and see my branch also.
But when I'm currently working on something and I've uncommitted stuff, I cannot check out your branch.
Yes, you can. Yeah, that's what it is.
It will just stash it away.
Yes, and that's not a Codestream thing. That's a VS Code thing. In that lower left corner, it tells you what branch you are on right now. And if you want to switch to any of these other ones, then you can switch to any of these other ones and then switch back. Yep. Yes, sir.
I have a follow-up on my previous question.
Sure.
So it's a Codestream, but a Codestream question. So Codestream, the scope of Codestream is basically that it shows you your error events in the IDE, or does it also do more?
Does it also what?
Does it also show you performance data on Codestream?
So no, it's not going to show you the things that you get out of Codestream are, again, the pull request, the integration into Git. So you get the pull requests and all that. The thing that, again, is the really strongly connected New Relic thing is this observability, which is going to show you your errors inbox. That it relates to that. Now, I'm not going to say that's the only thing it will ever show. So again, errors inbox is basically a mirror of that. Is that the only thing that's going to appear in Codestream? Gosh, that's a great question. We talk about that a lot around the water cooler there at New Relic offices. We probably have some other ideas that I'm not allowed to talk about because the lawyers are going to fire me if I do. But yeah, this is the beginning of how Codestream is going to integrate. You can probably expect to see more insight. That is, the key part there is the more insight that is relevant to what you're doing as a dev. There will come a point where seeing all of this stuff in your IDE is going to be more distraction than it is going to be help. And we're going to work really hard to try to figure that out with your help, with your input as users. We're going to, say, well, going this far is just it's just a screen too far. But having this kind of insight or the ability to get to this insight is what's really valuable. So you can expect to see more of those improvements along the way. Yes.
How do we download Codestream? Where is it just on the New Relic website?
It's on New Relic. There's actually a GitHub repo for it that you can install. But if you I'm just going to say, if you Google New Relic Codestream installation, there's a whole install doc to walk you through it based on your operating system, based on your IDE, and all the integration. I will say that you will end up. You need to have a New Relic account. Again, free, as in beer, not like puppies. And so you have to have that because you're going to connect Codestream in your IDE to your New Relic account so it can see all the data that you're pumping over to it. And then also you connect it to a GitHub repo. And then, and then you also tell it, and this is more your IDE, you tell it, these are the files I want to be looking at. But that's not Codestream. That's just what files am I working on. Yes, sir. I'm going to say like what? So we are always looking to integrate to more other tools, more sets of data. If you go down to our booth, it's 941 or something like that down on the vendor space. There's T-shirts that say Data Nerd, and there's socks that say Data Nerd, and there's stickers and all sorts of stuff. Please go get them because the more you take, the less I have to carry home with me. but we really want, what we are is a data company with a software problem. We really we just want all the data. So yes, we're going to try to integrate with as many, and we do integrate with as many sources as we possibly can, as much as they will let us. Sometimes people get competitive. Yes, sir. That is a great question. I have no idea. I know that GitHub is the one that everyone talks about. Does it integrate to other things? Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I do know that. I do know that when you're integrating, it will ask you which of these other places. I just wasn't paying attention because I'm a junior. I don't know. All right. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. If you have questions, we still have a few minutes. Otherwise, you are free to take care of more of your I/O operations or hang out or get the heck out of here, whatever. However, I am going to, can I do this? Yeah, no. Where is it? There we go. No, not that. Oh, I should have had the slides open someplace else. Well, there's that. That'll get me close enough. I should have been ready for this one. This is like the big finish, right? There, okay. So thank you so much for your time. Bo and I and Aaron all wish you a great rest of your conference.